Today, we're installing Diode Dynamics LED hitch mount light. This is single-handedly the coolest light mod you can do in under 5 minutes. Let's get into the unboxing. First off, the packaging is always top-notch coming from Diode Dynamics. As soon as you open the packaging, front and center, you get the pod itself. This thing is an absolute work of art. Can we just take a moment and appreciate how good looking this thing actually is? Next up, we got the wiring. Very well made and very well thought out. They didn't give you too much cable or not enough cable. They gave you just the right amount. Also, you see this purple cable? Keep that in the back of your mind because we're going to be talking about that later. They include 2 zip ties to make sure that everything is nice and tidy at the end of the install. Next up, you get this cable cover. Now, I installed this same light on my Toyota Tacoma and the first kit I got did not come with this. The reason I bring this up is because Diode Dynamics is working to improve their products. If you tow a lot with your vehicle, you're going to have to unplug this cable and then it's exposed to the elements. But with this cable cover, you can go ahead and slap that bad boy on there and not be worried about the elements getting to your gear. Good thinking, Diode Dynamics. And lastly, you do get instructions. To be fair, they're well written out and they look good, but we're not using them. All right, now time for the install. We're gonna start by getting underneath the Toyota Tundra and looking for that 7-pin connector. It has one clip right here. Just push the tab in and pull out. Now that it's been disconnected, now it's time for a little bit of plug and play action. Grab the wiring harness provided by Diode Dynamics. You're gonna go ahead and plug the original connection into the wiring harness. Next, on the other side of the wiring harness, plug that into the original location. The connection has a little lip on it. Just make sure to line it up and it'll go in absolutely no problem. The last cable that's not plugged into anything, run that through the hitch mount receiver, and now it's time to plug in the LED pod. Plug in the pod, turn on the truck, make sure that everything is working. Once you see that it is working, go ahead and slide that bad boy in there and you're all good to go. One thing I want to add about the pod is on the side it has 2 tabs. You can pop these tabs out and slide a lock through there. You don't have to do this. I ran it on my Tacoma for a very long time without a lock, never once had an issue, but it's cool to know that the option is there. Just like that, you have significantly increased the light output of your truck in under 5 minutes. This thing is packed with features, so let's go over those now. First up, it is an additional running light. So whenever your lights are on, it's on. If you get the C1R pod, when you hit the brakes, it will actually work as a 4th brake light. Not only does it look super cool, but it'll also let the person know behind you, hey, I'm hitting the brakes. If you're not a fan of that strobe feature, not a problem. Remember that purple cable that we talked about in the beginning of the video? You can go ahead and snip that and that will disable the strobe feature. Alrighty, so this is where things get spicy. So now, whenever you put the truck in reverse, it is going to shine really bright. What I like about this is you don't have to push any buttons. You don't have to turn on any extra switches. You don't have to do anything. Put the truck in reverse and it turns on. Lastly, whenever you turn on your 4-way flashers, it'll also turn on, which is a really cool feature. Just in case you're on the side of the road, it lets you be seen a little bit easier. I had it on my Tacoma. I have it on my Tundra. This thing is an absolute game changer. It is the best bang for buck light mod that you can do, hands down. If you don't have one already, I'll link it down below. Bye.